I'm Dr. Lauren Messina with the Consortium for Health and Military Performance. As a couple and family therapist, I've seen firsthand how the stress of financial issues can impact family stability and a couple's relationship. We've invited two guests here today to talk about these topics further.
My name is Craig Cressman. I'm a retired Marine Sergeant Major, and I served 31 years.
I'm Jared Ross. I'm a retired Army Sergeant Major. Spent 24 years, all of it in the Special Operations Command.
So let's talk a little bit about the relationship between finances and divorce in special operations families. From your experiences, things you've heard, why is this such an issue?
I think divorce is its own special category, and if we just take, the emotional strife out of the equation right now, and just focus on the financial aspects of it, it has huge potential negative impact on the service member and the family, as well as the spouse. The costs associated with divorce, just legal fees alone, can be, enormous. Should you decide that you need to go through divorce, all the way to a trial. The reality is the cost of going to trial for divorce is going to run you, at least $20,000 or $30,000. That alone can tear you apart. Then also whatever it is that you're obligated to pay in child support or alimony, and so on and so forth. And then if you've been married long enough, there's the future implications of them having a percentage of your retirement and how that's going to impact you after you leave service. Financially, it is a hugely impactful situation. And quite honestly, within our community, there are those of us who have been married and divorced more than once. And, how does that play out? And I've seen divorces, as I'm sure you have, that worked out, beautifully, and that people were really good to each other, and they, they're still friends, and they managed to co-parent, and it's all copacetic. And I'd say that those are in the very small minority, right? I mean, most of them, there's at least some strife, if not huge drama. And again, we get into this scenario where if you're having a big enough family issue, you're not deployable. And so now you're not deployed, not making as much money, and you're dealing with a situation where money is in contention. Whose money is whose, and how much do you have to pay, and when do you start paying, and all of that. So the impact of divorce financially is it could potentially destroy a Marine or soldier.
No, it was well stated, Jared, and you could tell. You brought the implications afterwards too, because implications of finances for divorce is long after the divorce itself. Between alimony and child support, getting you back on the feet, sustaining two households at that point in time. Sometimes your spouse didn't work when you were married, now she has to work. The ramification on the children, the guilt that arises from that, it's incredibly compounding. And I've seen a lot of times it'll break a person. But the finances becomes the root of the problem in some aspects. Sure. Even if the cause of the divorce was a different reason, financial aspects will always come to the forefront when it comes to the divorce itself. Whether through legal fees or how do I divide up the property, down to life insurance. Who gets the life insurance that we've got?
One of the best ways to mitigate the financial impacts of divorce is through mediation. And a good mediator will save both sides tens of thousands of dollars. And quite honestly, and here's the other part of this, as much as people believe that they're entitled to certain things in a divorce, and they have all of these rationalizations of why they think they should get whatever they get, it's really cut and dry, the way that the legal precedent in every state is set. And it's pretty much going to be, if you go to trial, the judge is going to decide things based off of whatever information he has, which is incomplete, or she has, and the decisions are going to be bizarre, and they're not going to be fair to either party generally. So if you can mediate, now you have an actual real conversation going on that is not being filtered through attorneys, and not costing anywhere near what the traditional route to divorce is. And literally can save tens of thousands of dollars, as well as save whatever relationship needs to be in place. If, for example, you have to co-parent afterward, you have to preserve some element of the relationship, and able to do that effectively.
For those that do go for divorce, there's another aspect too. We have base legal, which is free legal to the operators and to all the service members, and they have a worksheet platforms and similar to mediation that basically you sit down and can actually compromise and accept the fact and divide your property up. When it goes to trial, when it goes to court, the judge will accept it. That saves you thousands and thousands of dollars to that point. But between mediation and that paperwork that the base legal give you, it's a lot better than going to trial and having a drawn-out custody battle.
So thank you so much, Craig and Jared, for being here with us today and talking about financial health and fitness, bringing in your knowledge and your experiences. We have no doubt that it'll be helpful for the special operations families who will watch these videos.